Good evening, folks, and welcome to another edition of Mansfield Town News and Views. As always, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. In tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the Stevenage review on that fantastic 2-1 win in the league and much needed 3 points. We're also going to be looking ahead to the Scunthorpe game this weekend, another massive game against a side near the bottom of the table, and obviously, we're going to be talking about Doncaster as well. The ticket information's recently came out today. But yeah, like I say, guys, as always, let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. So yeah, I just want to start talking about the Stevenage game first and foremost. Yeah, like we've said before, it was a much needed 3 points. It was a massive game for both sides going into it, and we knew it was going to be a tough game against Stevenage. But in the end, luckily for us, we've kept that 4-game winning run on, and again we've gotten ourselves further away from the bottom two. So hopefully now we can continue that into this weekend against Scunthorpe as well. So as always, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on the Stevenage game. What was your thoughts on the game? Who really impressed you? Just let us know your thoughts. In the first half, I think we went in the break 1-0 obviously at half time, deserved the lead. But like I was saying to Mike, who I spoke to last week, who was a Stevenage fan, I felt as though we was lucky, especially with Jamie Reid hitting the post twice in the same position as well. So we really did get let off the hook there, but it's one of them. I think we deserve a bit of luck, to be honest, because we've always seemed to have luck go against us in the past few months. So it's actually good to see, for a change, we managed to get the luck go our way. But I think it was more than just luck against Stevenage. I think we generally was the better team overall, especially in the second half. I thought, we really took it to Stevenage, and I think Ryan Stirk, when he came on in the second half, I think he really changed the game for us, and he put in a great performance and obviously got the winning goal. So I was really impressed with that. And I'm going to talk more as well. Evening, Chris. Hope you're well. Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. Yourself? Good. Thanks for joining us. Let's get down to some more of your comments, guys. Just bear with me a second. Let's have a look. Evening, Coal Mining Man. Great result, Mark, at Stevenage football. Gods are with us now. Yeah, hopefully now. Like I say, this is a 4th game now in a row that we've won. It was a much needed 3 points, but like I said earlier on, I think overall, we was the better team, to be honest. Like I say, Stevenage, they hit the post twice. On another day, they could have gone in, and it could have been a different game entirely, But especially in the second half, I think we did more than enough to get the 3 points. I don't think anybody can argue with that. I thought once again the defence, apart from the goal we conceded, which was a poor goal to concede, a free header, somebody should have been marking him, just anybody. But he was allowed to have a free header, which was the only negative I can really say, to be honest with you, is the goal we conceded. The defence should have done better, but other than that, we did more than enough for the 3 points. And again, it was a much needed 3 points as well. So yeah, absolutely buzzing, and hopefully now we can keep continuing this run of form that we're in, and look ahead to Saturday against Scunthorpe. And another player that's really impressed as well, in my opinion, and I don't know if you guys are the same, I'm sure you are, but another player that's really impressed is John Joe O'Toole. I think since he's been at the club in such a short space of time, he's not only showed how good of a defender he is, but he's also shown he's got some goals in him as well. Like I say, getting the goal against Newcastle in the Pizza Trophy, scoring against Stevenage, who ironically, the then Stevenage manager then, Alex Revel, actually recommended Nigel to sign him. And you know what, kick in the teeth that must have been, really, for John Joe O'Toole to score the first goal. Must have been such a sucker punch to him. But yeah, like I say, I thought we more than enough deserve the win against Stevenage. But as always, guys, let us know your thoughts on the Stevenage game. Who really impressed you on, and what really stood out for you in the match? Nathan Bishop, another player that we keep talking about a lot, but Nathan Bishop once again he steps up when it matters, as he does, and pulled off a great save near the end to keep us getting the win. He's been like we've said before in the podcast, he's been one of the best signings of the summer. You can see why. Obviously, Man United signed him up. He's such a good young keeper, bags full of potential, and we are really lucky to have a player come down to League Two with his skill and quality. Nathan Bishop, once again, big up to him. He saved us from another draw as well as defeat. Let's get down some more of your comments. Evening Dave, evening Danny, evening Wayne. Coal Miner Man, Scunthorpe will not be easy. We need to be at our best. Kiefer will have them up for it. Yeah, he will. And it's another game. We said this last week against Stevenage, but without a doubt, these are the toughest teams to come up against, sides near the bottom. They always are. Not to say teams at the top aren't. Obviously, any team's tough, but even more so teams that are fighting to get results and to get out of the bottom too. Like you said there, Keith Earl will get them up for it. He's a very experienced manager at this level. And he's another manager that knows this league inside out. So we've got to be ready for it. It's going to be a big test for us, but still, all due respect to Scunthorpe, I still feel more than confident we've got enough in our arsenal to cause Scunthorpe problems and to get the 3 points. It's going to be a tough game. Like I say, Scunthorpe, to my knowledge, haven't recorded any wins yet under him, if I'm not mistaken. Quote me if I'm wrong there. So, yeah, they're going to be a tough test for us, but at the end of the day, we've just got to focus on what we're doing. Just keep on the good run of form that we're in. Just keep on playing to our strengths, and if we can keep doing what we're doing, then we should be more than okay. But yeah, we've got to make sure that we're just up for it. But it'll be another tough test. But yeah, just the final say on Stevenage. Once again, backed by fantastic support, as we always are away. And again, it was just great to see as well the first away win of the season as well in the league, and we are starting to finally turn a corner. We've still got a long way to go in terms of competing and wanting to be at the right end of the table. But like I said, a couple of wins and things start to slowly change. I mean, obviously we're not going to get carried away. We're still the position that we are in the league is still not good enough from where we want to be. I don't think anybody can argue with that, but look, it's a start, and I think with having Ryan Sturt back and Callum Gordon not being far away, they're players that will only improve us going forward. So you can start to see us slowly and start to see us picking up in the league now, and long may that continue. So like you say, Scunthorpe, team at the bottom of the league, always the hardest teams to face. No matter when you play them. But like I say, we've just got to carry on doing what we're doing. We're at home, 4 games on a winning run. They're low on confidence. So, going into it, we're the more favoured team to win it. Not just on form, but, we know we've got more than enough quality to challenge any team in this league when we're on it. So, I do feel confident going into this Scunthorpe game, to be quite honest with you. I just don't see why we can't make it 5 wins from 5, to be honest. I think it's the first time I've said that this season, how confident you feel going into a game that we can actually win, whereas a few weeks ago you wouldn't have really seen that, to be honest. Evening, Craig. Hi, Mark. Do you think that Doncaster will give us more tickets? I don't see why not, to be honest. I mean, I've been asked this as well earlier on. I think I think they will, in all honesty. It's a good job you mentioned that, actually. Just talking about the Doncaster Rovers information, ticket information. If anybody hasn't seen this already, season ticket holders have got until tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And then after the day after, on the Friday, general tickets will go on sale then, I believe. So it's going to be an amazing atmosphere, like we've said. So if you're a season ticket holder and you want to get your ticket for Doncaster, you've only got until tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So if you've got the time, get yourself down. As I say, if you've got the time. And then general tickets for Doncaster will be on the Friday, I believe. It's going to be hectic, but I think either way, regardless of how the results go, I don't see any reason why Doncaster won't be able to give us more tickets. I think the stand holds 3,000 to my knowledge, so I don't see why they wouldn't allocate us more, to be honest. But the one thing I am surprised about, and someone has mentioned this in the comments below, is the is the fact that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Because on the same day, I think Barnsley's playing Huddersfield, or there's a Yorkshire derby going on. So to be honest, I'm quite surprised it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, to be honest. But hey, I ain't complaining. I'm not complaining. It's just I'm surprised that it is. So yeah, I think in answer to your question, Craig, yes, I think they will give us more tickets should we sell out the allocation. I'd be very surprised if they didn't, to be honest with you. But who knows, stranger things have happened, but like with everything, we'll let you know on the page as we know as and when. Let's get down to some more of your comments, guys. Coal Miner Man, 2,500 tickets for Doncaster and still playing Saturday at 3 p.m, £10 a ticket, bargain. Thought it might be moved to an early kickoff. Yeah, I mean, like I was just saying then, I'm really surprised that it's a 3 o'clock kickoff myself, to be honest, but I think every Mansfield fan's relieved that it is still, to be honest. But yeah, it's like you say, it's a bargain. It's £10 in the cup. You can't really argue at that. So yeah, if you haven't already, guys, make sure if you're trying to get booked on the coaches places, if you haven't already, try and do that as quick as you can, because no doubt that the away travel would have potentially been sold out. But yeah, like I say, if you can get to it, £10 a ticket, bargain. It's the only local derby we'll get this season anyway. So yeah, get your son down for that one, and come on, cheering on the boys. Let's have a look and leave your comments. Evening, Ashley. It was a great listen on Twitch the other night. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Ashley. Appreciate that. Yeah, so I don't know if any of you guys know, the other night I was on Twitch talking with the football show. Basically, we're just talking everything Mansfield Town, just talking about how our season went. And the link's still on the page, so if you want to check that out, it's still on the page. So I can upload that as well. So if you ever want to give that a watch, you can. But yeah, it was great fun. It was great to be on. Really enjoyed my time on there. So yeah, looking ahead to Scunthorpe then, like we were just saying a bit earlier on, obviously it's hang on, I've got some more comments before I go on to talk about Doncaster. Kyan, evening. Do you think that the tickets will sell out before the non-season ticket holders get a chance to buy them? I'm going to say no. I don't think they will, personally speaking. I don't know that for sure, but I won't really worry about that, to be honest. If I'm honest, I mean, like I say, I know there was a lot of people getting the tickets down today, but I don't think they'll sell out. I don't think the season ticket holders will buy out all the 2,500 season the tickets, but I'd be very surprised. I don't think so. But what I would say is, if any of you guys can get yourself down on Friday, if possible, get them as soon as you can, basically, or if not, get it on the Saturday at home. So, no, I think there should be plenty of tickets left, but like I was saying earlier, I don't see any reason why Doncaster wouldn't allocate us more tickets if we did sell the initial allocation, because if you look at the statement Doncaster put out, alongside Mansfield is that they were going to assess the ticket options. So potentially they could do. So I don't see any reason why we won't be allocated more tickets. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. Because obviously the club will want to make more money from ticket sales. So I don't see that being any issues there. So you should still be able to get your tickets, to my knowledge. Ashley, got my tickets today, mate. Bring it on. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I'm hoping to get mine tomorrow, to be honest. I was meant to be going earlier on, but things come up like it does. So I'm hoping to get mine tomorrow at some point. So like I say, if you're a season ticket holder, the Doncaster Rovers tickets are on sale until tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and then Friday onwards it's going to be general ticket sale. So if you've got the time tomorrow at some point, make sure to get yourself down there or ring the club up and try and secure a ticket. But for those of you that haven't got a season ticket, I won't worry about it, to be honest with you. There should still be plenty of tickets left for the general ticket sales, so I won't really worry about that personally. But like with everything, guys, we'll keep you updated as and when we know. Let's have a look more of your comments. Right, hang on. Let's have a look. Coal Miner Man. Paid for my ticket today, but got to go back down for my ticket, so I think we will be allocated another 500 at least. Yeah, I don't see why not. Like I said earlier, I don't see why not, because to my knowledge it can hold over, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it can hold over 3,000, so I don't see any reason why they won't, to be honest, because other than that, I don't see why they'd say general ticket sale after the season tickets priority, to be honest with you. But like I say, guys, any updates with the ticket information, along with everything else, we'll let you know on the page. But to my knowledge, it'll all be plenty of tickets like after the season tickets priority, to my knowledge at least. But yeah, like I say, looking forward to that game. It's going to be, like I say, I know we've got a few weeks yet until that, until we talk about that game. But like I say, we've got to, I think it's going to be a massive game for us. I think we can easily get through to the next round. I mean, you look at Doncaster; they haven't been in the best run of form in the league, and it's a good time to play a team like that. So I think we have got a really good chance of getting through to it. I really do. But like I say, we'll talk more about Doncaster obviously closer to the time. But yeah, like you say, guys, just a final say on this. Season ticket holders until tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and then Friday onwards, general ticket sales. So just to be aware of that if you haven't seen this statement from the club. Ashley, how good has O'Toole been, mate? Oh, he's been phenomenal since he's come in. He's really settled down really well. Like I say, I think he's done well, not just because of how he's performed, but I think when you think about it, he hasn't played football for a while since he's been released from Burton. He's only been on trial at places and training. So for him to come in the space of less than a month, he's played well against Sunderland, getting a clean sheet there, scoring against Newcastle, as well as scoring against Stevenage. He's done exceptionally well. O'Toole has. He's done really well since he's been in the side, to be honest with you. Obviously when we first signed him up, we didn't really know how it was going to turn out, because when you sign him as a free agent, it can go either way. But since O'Toole's been here, he's settled in really well, like I say, and he's not looked out of place at all, to be honest. So I think you've got to keep him there, haven't you? We've got to keep him in defence. He's done well since he's been there. Hasn't really put a foot wrong so far. So yeah, he's been a really good signing so far, and I've been really impressed with him. We knew how good his quality was with his experience, but like I say, you don't know how free agent players are going to settle in. But yeah, he's done really well. He's been a real standout performer since he's been in the side, and long may that continue for him. Like I say, the deal to sign him is only until January to see how he's getting on. But if he carries this run of form, then hopefully we can extend that depending on how he gets on. But so far, so good. Hope Johnson will be okay for Saturday. I'm not quite sure how long he's going to be out for, but Nigel revealed that he's got a foot injury. I'm not sure how serious that is. With Danny Johnson, I'm not quite sure how long he'll be out for, but hopefully not long, because Santonoro gets himself an hat-trick and then next game is injured. So again, it's just a Mansfield look into it, he hasn't obviously scored since Tranmere, and then gets an hat-trick against Newcastle in the Pizza Trophy. Looks back to his old, he's looking like his old self, and then he gets an injury. So it's really bad luck for him, to be honest, and hopefully his injury is not too serious. Will it be okay for Saturday though? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Hopefully so, but we're just got to wait and see on that one. But it's just typical, isn't it? Every game we seem to have an injury, don't we? We always seem to go into games with another injury picked up by some player. We're just cursed with injuries this year. We are. Hang on a second. Ashley Mutter, DJ will be out for 4 to 6 weeks. Cheers for that, Ashley. Appreciate that update. 4 to 6 weeks is a bit of a loss that for us. Like I say, got an hat-trick against Newcastle, looking back to his old best, and so we're going to be without him for a few weeks. So, another bit of a blow for us, but it's just how our season's been so far, hasn't it? To be honest with you, it's been such a kick in the teeth, really. Every time we've come out of games, we've always picked up an injury to somebody, or something's been up with the players. So, just story of our season, to be honest. But so it's one of them, really. I mean, obviously with Danny Johnson being injured, with it gives an opportunity for Hawkins to go back up front, really. I mean, James Forrester, for example. I mean, obviously he's played the first couple of games now with the under-23s, as well as a few games now. Maybe it's about time we put Hawkins back up front. I mean, I know Hawkins has been solid in defence, but with Johnson being injured and with how well O'Toole and Rawson's been doing in defence, maybe now's the opportunity to put Hawkins back up front. What's your thoughts on that, guys? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below on that. If you'd put Hawkins back up front, or would you keep him back in defence? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below regarding that. Because it's one of them, he has been doing well in defence, Hawkins, but at the same time, he does offer us an attacking threat, obviously. So, it's one of them. It's it's a tough one, to be honest. But like I say, if Forrester's fit now, and so he's got match fitness, then I don't see why we can't put him alongside Rawson. If not that, O'Toole. But it'll be interesting to see that. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have a look at more of your comments. Kian, I've got a few mates that support Doncaster and think they will easily beat us, but I think we have a good chance of winning, to be honest. What do you think? Well, I mean, it's one of them. Like I say, they've had a poor start to the season so far in the league, but obviously in the cup. Cups are always different, because no matter how poorly a team's been doing in the league, cups, form goes out the window, doesn't it, with cups? But I don't know. I think with the current form that we're in and stuff, I don't see why we can't, get a result there. I mean, obviously Doncaster will obviously be thinking the same. It's a big opportunity for both teams to go through, but like I say, if we can go and give Sunderland a game that are a lot better team than Doncaster, then we've got a chance, to be honest with you. All due respect to Doncaster and that, but I don't see why not, really, to be honest. Why we can't give them a game, to be honest. I don't see why not. But yeah, like I say, we've got a really good chance against Doncaster. I feel anything can happen in the cup. You look at Forest Green; they got beaten by a non-league team. So it's one of them. Anything can happen in the cup. And you can never underestimate anybody. So, I think we have got a good chance. We're going to be backed by a good support, and hopefully that will give the players confidence with the backing we've got as well. So yeah, it's going to be a great one. Really looking forward to it. But yeah, like I say, let us know your thoughts as well regarding Doncaster. Let's have a look. One of your comments. Ashley, Maka, Rawson, O'Toole, Hewitt, back four. Let's see Hawkins back up top. Well, I think so. I mean, like I say, he has been really well. He's done well in defence. Hawkins, he has. We know we can play back there, and he's done a really good job in that. But like the players that you mentioned there, Rawson, O'Toole, Hewitt, and Maka, it's one of them. Obviously, with Johnson being out now for 4 to 6 weeks, obviously we're a bit lighter now up front. So I think we can do that now. We can put Hawkins up top, but it's a case of if Nigel's gonna resort to doing that. But it's one of them. I don't see why we can't. To be honest, I think obviously he's one of the main threats we've got. Hawkins up front. So yeah, I'd love to see him back up front, 100%. But whether he will or not, well, that's a different story. But me personally, though, I'd put him up top again, to be honest, because other than that, who's going to get us the goals? That's a big thing. Who's going to get us the goals up front? But another player that's going to be a bigger improvement to us is Ryan Stirk. He's another player that's been out for a couple of weeks through injury. And, he just shows you what quality he possesses. When he came on against Stevenage, he completely changed the game. And he's someone that adds that more energy in midfield, don't he? And he gets involved in the play and he makes things happen. And he's one of them players. He's just destined for bigger things. He's one of them players that that's way too good for this level as well. He's shown so much quality. You can tell he's from a championship club. Got so much potential in him, and yeah, I think having Ryan Sturt back will definitely improve us massively in midfield as well. So we are starting to finally show a bit of form now. We're getting some of these players back. Ashley, is Oates injured? Is Oates injured? I think it was a bit of a knock he took, but it's nothing serious to my knowledge. Obviously he was on the bench at Stevenage, so to my knowledge, it's nothing serious with Oates, I don't believe. So I think he will be involved on Saturday. I don't think it's anything serious, but I think if anything, Nigel just took him off just for precaution. Obviously, he doesn't want to risk any players getting injured, or any more players getting injured, should I say. I mean, the treatment room's already full up as it is, But no, I don't think it's anything serious, so I would expect him to feature on Saturday, unless it is, but to my knowledge, it's nothing as serious. So I think we're okay in that respect. Let's get down to some of your comments. Coleman, man, think we are capable of beating Donny, but would be happy with a replay and beating them at Fullfield Mill. Yeah, a replay will, I think a draw or a win, would a replay would definitely be great. Getting a full house at Field Mill, but the only thing is, I don't know if it would be a full house just purely because of the Tuesday night. Although I don't really see that affecting things too much, but we'd definitely get a good gate. So yeah, that wouldn't be such a bad thing. Getting the replay at Field Mill, it wouldn't be the worst. It wouldn't be the worst result that we'd have, but again, it just depends on how the game pans out. But yeah, I don't think that would be a bad turnaround at all, to be honest with you. Chris, just my usual self, thanks. Sorry for late reply, having my tea. No worries, Chris. No worries, mate. Chris, good win for you a lot. Yeah, it was a much needed win. Like I say, we just needed to again pick up in the league. We've been obviously massively underachieving from where we want to be. Obviously, competing at the higher up and challenging. And so far this season, we haven't done that. We've been massively underwhelming. But now, finally, we are starting to slowly show a bit more form now. Still a long way to go, obviously, but it's an improvement to what we've had in the past few weeks. Anyway, that's good to see you move away from the relegation zone, as on paper you shouldn't be there. Yeah, no, it's like I say, we shouldn't have. We shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, the league table doesn't lie, and we haven't been good enough for large parts of it. Like I was saying the other night, yes, we've had injuries and suspension along the way, and it doesn't help. It doesn't. But we all know we should be doing better. I don't think anybody can disagree with that, or some may. But yeah, we've been massively underwhelming. But there's still plenty of games to put it right. Over 30 odd games to turn things around, and so we've still got plenty of time to try and turn things around. So, and if we could keep up the fine results that we've been doing in the league, and again on Saturday against Scunthorpe, then who knows? Because like we say, a couple of wins and that's it. You're not far from the playoffs. So long may that continue. Let's have a look at your comments. Ashley, can I just give a mention to the save Bishop pulled off at the weekend when he tipped that one over the bar? Definitely our player of year, if not season. He's definitely got to be one of the players that you'd have to be considering to say that, because he's pulled off some really great saves. Like you say, the one against Stevenage at the weekend, and I think overall this season, I think he has been one of the standout performers this season. He's not made any real errors. He's a good communicator. For his age, you can tell obviously why Man United signed him. Got a massive potential. And to be honest, we should be lucky that he's playing at League 2 level, Nathan Bishop, because like I was saying the other night, he could easily play at League 1 level. It's amazing how Nigel got him to play in League 2, to be honest. It really is, But yeah, he's definitely someone that, you'd have to consider being a potential player of the season. But he's been quality, and he has really saved us some points over this coming season, to be honest. Yes. Chris, well said. I say same about us, but we are where we are. Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, you can talk about being unlucky. You can talk about injuries and suspensions. Look, listen, all teams get it, but it's just happened to us where we've had it really bad. Like I say, losing James Perch earlier in the season was a massive confidence blow. Because we've lost one of my most influential players, as well as experienced. That doesn't help the situation. The defence earlier on was leaking goals. We didn't have a settled defence. We're having to put one of the top goal scorers, Ollie Hawkins, back in centre half, who's done a fantastic job, but at the same time, you're taking an attacking threat to compensate for your defence. And it's only really been in these last 4 games where we've obviously started to get on a good run of form. So it's one of them, I think it's difficult for any manager to be in that situation when you've got that much against you, to be honest. But even then, there are games that you always look back on and think, we should have got more out of that. You know what I mean? But I think every team's the same. Every team can say the same, though, that they could have done better. So we're not the only team to be like this, I'm sure Stevenage and Scunthorpe and are thinking the same, thinking, well, we should be doing better here, but the league table is what it is. It is. Let's have a look. Excuse me. Coal Miner Man, even though we was on a bad run previous to the last 4 games, we wasn't really getting hammered, so I think we will be okay now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We wasn't. I don't think the games that we lost. I think the only game that we really played badly that we lost in was the Northampton one, where we just didn't turn up at all. It was the worst performance. I think Northampton's got to be the worst performance all season. I think it's definitely going to be up there with one of them, if not the worst performance, where we just, like I say, just didn't turn up and absolutely woeful. But other than that, we have played well in some of the games that we have lost, which you do have to take confidence from, because obviously you're still playing well, but obviously it's a 3 points. Like I say, you can play well, which is all good, but if you don't get the 3 points, then like we know, football is just a results-based business. So it doesn't matter you know, even if you play badly and you get the 3 points, that's all that matters. But we know we can play good football. We know that. We know we've got players to do that with, and we know when we do take to the field, we've got a chance. But it's just the players having that belief that they can do that, and that's the biggest thing in it, confidence. And at this moment in time, obviously, last 4 games on the bounce, we've started to show that. But at the same time, things do take time to gel with players. At the same time, and you're slowly starting to see that with some of the players. So hopefully that can continue and we can progress up the league. So plenty of time to put it right. Like I say, we're only in mid-November, but at the same time, like I always say, around Christmas time, the league table will tell you roughly where you're going to be at come end of the season. So it's really important that we do take advantage of this form that we're in at the minute and pick up more points, especially in the league, because end of the day, we know we are better than that. We know we've got players there that have proven it at previous clubs higher up in the Football League. And we just need to keep it up, essentially. We just need to keep that up and, just keep on trying to get the results, essentially, as simple as it is, because, again, that's the only way we're going to obviously improve. But, yeah, we are slowly getting there. I mean, the other good thing as well, we have got some really good young players coming through as well. We've got the likes of James Gale, who we've signed this season. I think he's another player that's got a big future. From the games that I've seen him play, I think he's another one that's got a huge future ahead of him. He played well against Leeds the other night in the 23 Premiership competition that we're in. He scored in that, played well overall, like he did against Newcastle. So he's another one that we've got that's got potential. James Clark. I think James Clark personally, I think he should have played more games than what he has. He's someone that looks relatively solid in the right back position, and he hasn't really put a foot wrong, to be honest with you. Tyrese Sinclair, another player that's got a lot of potential in him to do things. Keaton Ward. So we have got some really good young players coming through, to be honest, and hopefully we can see more of them as well as the season progresses. So we have got some positive things that we have got at the club. Some of the players are obviously coming on, but like I say, going into the Scunthorpe game, massive game. It's going to be a tough game. Like I say, Keithville, he's got experience at this level. They're not going to be any pushovers, that's for sure. But like I say, we're going into the game full of confidence. They're obviously low on confidence. To my knowledge, he hasn't won there since he's been there at Scunthorpe. So again, we're definitely favoured going into the game. It's just we just need to turn up, with the right attitude and not thinking we've won the game before it's already begun. Just because we're on a bad run of form doesn't mean to say they're going to just lay down and not turn up, because I think they'll do the complete opposite. I can see them trying to frustrate us and trying to time waste a lot like a lot of away teams do. So they'll make it as hard as they possibly can for us, obviously. Scunthorpe. But yeah, just like I say, guys, let us know your thoughts as well going into the Scunthorpe game. Are you feeling confident going into it? Or just your overall thoughts, really. What's your overall thoughts into the Scunthorpe game? Are you feeling confident going into it, or is it one of them? Do you think it could be a game where it could bring us back down to earth in terms of being turned over? Just let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a look. Coleman man. Hope we get a good gate Saturday, close to 5,000. I hope. Now we are on a run of form. Scunthorpe might bring a couple hundred. Yeah, I mean, Scunthorpe, it's not a million miles away, is it? You know what I mean? So I expect them to bring, like you say, a couple of hundred. I don't see them selling out their allocation because of where they are in the league. So it's one of them. It's I mean, all due respect to them, but it's teams like this at the bottom that you want to be beating, isn't it? You want to be beating the teams around you, because if you lose against teams around you, then you're putting even more pressure on yourself. So these are the sides near the bottom that you want to be beating. And yeah, we know the tough games because they obviously want to pick up the results. They don't want to be in the position that they're in. So it's not going to be a walkover game, in my opinion. I'd be very surprised if it was, because these games never usually are. But like you say, we're in a good run of form. We should have a good attendance, obviously, from the home point perspective. But yeah, I can see it being one of them games where they'll be organised, and Keith Hill, he's been here before as a manager at this level, so he'll no doubt get them geared up for it to try and get a result and try and get them a result. But look, we've just got to focus on ourselves, not worry about other teams. We've just got to make sure we can play to our strengths, and if we can do that, if we can go out there, perform to how we know we can perform, then we've got a chance. I know it's cliche when people say that, but we've just got to play to our strengths and let them worry about us rather than us worry about them. Because end of the day, we're the team that's going into it 4 games on a winning run, and obviously they're low on confidence. But as we know, football is a bit of a cruel game in that respect, because obviously it doesn't always go down that sometimes. But yeah, we're going into it in good form. So you've got to be confident, because that's all it is. That's the key to football. Confidence is key. Once you've got confidence, then it can take you a long way. So yeah, we've just got to focus on us and just let everyone else worry about us. That's the best approach. That's what I'd be saying to the players if I was Nigel. Just let them worry about us and what we can do. That's what I'd say. So going into the game against Scunthorpe, then, would you make any changes? If so, who? Personally speaking, I wouldn't. I'd keep it more of the same. Obviously, bar injuries, of course. But I would. Like I said earlier on, I would be tempted to put Ollie Hawkins back up front, and obviously have the back 4 of Maka, O'Toole, Rawson, and Hewitt. To be honest, and then put Hawkins up front, because with Danny Johnson being out for 4 to 6 weeks, that's another option that we haven't got now. So it's one of them. I know we've still got Reece Oates that can get the goals, and he's had a really good few weeks as well. I think it's one of them. We are missing Hawkins up front, and he has been playing well in defence. Obviously, Hawkins, he's been great in the defence, but at the same time, obviously, though, you lose your attacking threat. So what would you guys do? Would you have Hawkins be up front, or would you keep him in defence just for the time being? Just let us know your thoughts on that as well. But personally speaking, that's how I'd have the defence, and I'd have Hawkins up front. But only time will tell if that will happen or not. But that's what I would do. That's the only change I think I'd make. I'd probably put Rawson in for. I'd definitely put Hawkins up front alongside Oates. I would, and see how they work together, and then obviously have Rawson replace Hawkins. Sorry, but whether that will happen, only time will tell. But it would be a manager, It would be a manager at this, but that's what I'd do, to be honest with you. Come on, Imran, you're right, Mark. Hawkins back up front, definitely. I mean, it's one of them. Look, obviously it always comes down to opinions, but it's one of them. Obviously he's he's a goal scorer himself, so it's one of them. I know we've had to put him in defence because of the injuries and suspensions that we've had in defence, and he's done a magnificent job, and he deserves massive praise for that, Hawkins, because at that time when he had to step in defence, obviously he was banging form for us up front, so it must have been a shift change for him, to be honest with you, because even though he's played there himself in the past, it's always good to obviously have a player playing his natural position at the end of the day. So, but we'll see if that happens or not. We will. But yeah, so going into this weekend's game against Scunthorpe, as always, guys, this is the time of the show where I always ask for the predictions. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, what your predictions are going into this weekend's game against the bottom of the league, Scunthorpe. Let's have a look. I'm going to go for a Mansfield win. I'm going to be bold and say Mansfield 2, Scunthorpe 0. I just don't know. I just feel confident going into the game. Yes, it's going to be a tough game, and Scunthorpe will try and frustrate us. Obviously, coming to the bottom, obviously any team at the bottom coming is always going to be tough. But I don't see why we can't make it a comfortable 2-0 victory. Hopefully I don't eat my words saying that, because you know what I'm like when I'm countering predictions. So I'm hoping this one comes true. But no, I don't see why we can't go there and do that. Let's have a look at your comments. Coal Mine, I'm on 2-1 home win. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant. Let's have a look. Mansfield win 2-0. Brilliant stuff, Ashley. Yeah, I mean, look, listen. You can never underestimate any team, regardless of where they are in the league. Of course, you know you can't do that because, you can, but you can just make yourself look an idiot doing it. But look, we've got more than enough in the locker to get a result against Scunthorpe and most teams in the league. So, yeah, like I say, going into it full of confidence. 4 games on the bounce, you know. So, you know, we're massively favoured in that one. But yeah, just a final reminder, guys, if you're just tuning into the podcast, the Doncaster tickets have gone on sale for the season ticket holders. They're going off sale on tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So if you're a season ticket holder, the Doncaster tickets go off sale tomorrow at 5, and on Friday onwards, it's going to be on the general ticket sale, and we've been allocated 2,500 tickets for that one. So, you know, make sure to get on that as soon as you possibly can. If you can't get down to the ground, just try and ring the club up and see if you can get it. 'Cause it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a huge one. Coal Miner Man, think new scoreboard has been installed, unless it was fake news. I haven't heard anything about the scoreboard, to be honest, so it's news to me. It's news to me if it has, but then again, I haven't really been keeping up to date with things on social media today. But I'll have to check up on that myself after I've come off the podcast, actually. So if the scoreboard has been if the scoreboard has been put up, then it must be a new thing, because I've not at all seen anything. So I don't know. I can't really comment on that because I don't know myself, to be honest. But I'll have to check that out in a minute. In fact, I'm having a look at Mansfield Facebook page now. I don't see anything on it in a minute, but I don't know. I'll have to see if that's... Well, we'll know about Saturday, won't we? You know, simple as that. We'll know on Saturday if it is or not, like I say. But yeah, thanks again, as always, guys. Getting your thoughts and comments in the section below, or just watching me, whether it be on Facebook, YouTube, wherever. But yeah, no, like I say, the final word, and you know, going into this game of the weekend against Scunthorpe, full of confidence, 4 wins on the bounce. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but you know, it's one of them. We've got more than enough to get the 3 points, you know, with to do that. So yeah, all in all, thanks again for tuning in tonight. Really do appreciate the support as always. Any updates we've got from the club on and off the pitch, we'll let you know as we know. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and let's hope we can all have a great weekend. And next week, let's hope we're talking about Stags getting 3 more points and climbing above that league table and getting a 5th win on the bounce, hopefully. So we'll see how that one goes. Yeah, cheers, Coal Miner Man. Up the Stags, Mark. Thank you for that, mate. Appreciate the support. Thanks again, Ashley. Thanks again, Ashley, Will, Simon, everybody else for tuning in tonight. Appreciate the support as always. It means the world to me. It really does. Thank you. And yes, thank you. Take care. Thank you.